No problem.
Yeah, there was a few of you. I don't know if you guys had sent me a video from set at one point, but I think Dustin had reached out. Yeah, I think I've talked to all of the cast of Stranger Things through like Insta DMs at some point. But yeah, I've been a
Okay,
fan of
got
the
you.
show since the beginning, which is fun.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Um,
Appreciate it.
I also so you were on Broadway on Lion King,
Hmm.
and I don't know if I actually was there a lot of kid. Were you guys in rotation?
Yeah, we rotated a lot. It was like two Simbas, and I would perform like 4 nights a week.
Okay.
And a lot of times in between like intermission and stuff, I would watch your videos on like YouTube and stuff, and we
Well,
would try to like
you know what's funny is so what years did you start? What years were you on Lion King?
2012 to 2014.
See, I think I might have seen one of your shows. I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
I don't have the program, but my wife and I saw it in 13 together. And
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
so yeah, I don't know if that would have been you would have been
You
performing during that time.
you probably did, honestly. It's
So
yeah.
I'm curious on Broadway. You started and you auditioned and got it like that, right?
Well, I wouldn't say it was like that, but my first time, there's a lot of Simmons and Nollas that go for the role a few times, but like
Okay.
my first time, like for the process, I got it on my first go, but like it was about a few auditions that I had to do, about I would say like five auditions. I had to like meet up with like the casting director and like the people that were on the show, and just at like the last audition, there was like a whole bunch of other kids going for the same role, and we were showing off our talents, dancing, singing, all of that. It
That's
was intense, yeah.
that's kind of the almost the worst kind of edition where you can see everybody else
Yeah, I know, because there was a
like
lot of kids that
psyching
was like,
yourself out.
yeah, because there's a lot of kids that were just like, oh, I'm gonna be on Lion King, you're not, and like there was a lot of competitive kids there, and you know, it was funny, I was super sick my last audition. Like the night before, I think I had like food poisoning. I was throwing up everywhere,
Oh yeah.
and my mom was like, "You sure you want to go for the audition?" I was like, "Nah, I have to. I made it this far. I have to go." On the way, our drive down to the city, I was so sick, but I was like, I got to do it. So,
So
and it ended up working out.
you guys were driving from upstate New York
Hmm.
down to Times Square. Um,
Yeah,
4 days a week. That's intense. So are you, because some of those shows, don't they let out at like 11 p.m.? It's like late.
yeah. I love, yeah, around like 11 p.m. But actually, I was there for 8 shows. It's just that I only performed four because I was younger. Just in case like the other Simba got hurt, I would be there for
Oh
him.
wow. Oh, so they had
Yeah.
everyone as backup. So you're
Hmm.
basically living there. Did you have to do homeschooling or what did you do for that?
Yeah, I was homeschooling. Hmm.
Okay. Did your parents homeschool you once you got the role or were you already doing that?
I was begging my parents to homeschool me before I was homeschooled, because I went to school from like pre-K to fifth grade,
Uh-huh.
and then sixth grade I was homeschooled and I was in Lion King. But yeah,
That's
that
awesome.
was yeah.
I was homeschooled my whole life growing up, and I absolutely loved it. I don't know what your experience was, but
I it's pros and cons. It has its pros and cons. I think with my schedule, it was cool because I was able to meet a lot of other kids that was doing the same thing I was doing and
mhm.
traveling around the world. But I actually like homeschooling because I got to learn on my own time.
Yeah, yeah, it's all up to you. Like if you want to get done quick, you can get it done. And
Yeah.
but what are the cons for you? Is it like relationships, people?
Yeah, I would say relationships, people. If you didn't feel like doing your schoolwork, you just hop on the video game or go outside and run or something. I don't know, and you can do it at any time you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so you went from Lion King. What was the jump to Stranger Things or the in between time?
Oh, that was like a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have an agent at that point when you were on Lion King and they were the ones that said like, "Hey, here's like a new TV show," or what did you know about it?
So what was fun? Well, like I got an agent around like my year, almost like a year and a half into Lion King, and then once I finished, and then they were like, "All right, now you're finished with Broadway. Let's try to get you into like TV shows and stuff." But like I've done like a few guest starring roles while I was in Lion King, but
Uh-huh.
after that I was doing a few like guest starring roles here and there. I did like stage readings. Then Stranger Things popped up like a year later, and I that audition process was about like 3 months. It was intense though. It was intense. Like it
Really?
was,
Okay.
yeah.
Was
I
that
would
with the Duffer Brothers or just the casting directors?
Well, in the beginning, the casting director. I mean, like when I first got my audition, it was just like another audition. You know, it comes in. Sometimes you may not get it because if you get attached to a project, you might hurt your feelings. You get your feelings hurt because you may not get the job or not. I've had that many
Right.
times before. So when I first got the audition, I was like, all right, cool, I'm on audition. And then the second, I got a call back, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then after that, I was called out to LA to do the table read where I met the rest of the cast and like some other actors, and that's when I met with the casting director and the directors and the producers and everything. So I was like, I had to give it my all.
That's awesome. And yeah,
Yeah,
obviously the show was a huge success and people
thank
have
you.
been following all of you guys since then so closely. Um,
Yeah,
so you guys are all in that Gen Z age.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
we put together a game and I'm curious because I'm in the millennial generation, but my team sent me these and I know like 5% of these. So I'm so curious if you know
Okay,
these words. So what I'm going to show you is a word and if you know
okay,
what it is, like you
okay,
have to tell me how to use this.
okay. So T is like I think it's like information. Like, all right. So let's say we're mutual friends, right? And
Okay.
you're closer to, let's say, I'm gonna just make up a name, Sarah, and she told you all this information, but she won't tell me. So I'm like, all right, what's the tea? Spill the tea. Like, tell
Oh,
me
so it's
what's,
like it's
yeah,
the inside knowledge. It's
yeah. It's basically gossip, honestly.
the gossip. Okay.
Yeah,
So tell me what's the tea? So
yeah.
you
Like
use it.
spill the tea. The people say spill the tea, you know.
Spill the tea. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Stan. This sounds like a
Stan.
person's name.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, this is fans use this a lot. Like Stan, like I stand Zach King. Like I support you. Like I stand with you. Like I
I,
support.
okay, like I stand.
Mhm.
Okay, but they're not trying to say stand with or anything. It's just
No.
I
Yeah, yeah,
stand
I know.
you.
Yeah, I guess it's like um I don't really use it much, but I just know it's like fans use it a lot and they're like, I stand Caleb. I'm like, all right, cool, thank you. I love you too.
That's so
I stand you
funny.
as well.
Okay, here we go. Cap, no cap.
Cap, cap, no cap. So basically it's like cap is like let's say you're telling a story and someone thinks
Yep.
you're lying and you'll be like, bro, you're capping. That means
Like
like
you're
you're
lying.
lying. Yeah, you're lying.
Like
And
there's
then
no
like no
way.
cap.
No cap.
And then no cap is like, nah,
Like
bro, I'm not
so
lying.
like no joke.
Yeah, like no joke, basically. Yeah, it's just the words evolve. Slang
Um,
evolves, man.
okay, Luke. I have zero idea what this is.
I have zero idea. I don't know what that is,
That
man.
isn't a
I can
word.
even. No, I don't
Okay,
even know what that is.
a wig.
I only know one wig, man. The wig that you put on your head.
Yeah,
I don't know,
that's what I
man.
said. Okay, fit.
Fit. Okay. Like your clothing, like your drip, like oh, I like nice fit today. You know what I'm saying?
Your
Like your
drip.
shoes, your sneakers, like drip. You
I don't
know?
even
Do you?
know. I don't
All right,
even
now I'm
know
telling you
drip.
another word. Drip. That's like. All right, I would say usually when I say drip is because someone has like nice jewelry on or something.
Uh-huh.
They have like earrings, nice earrings on necklaces, bracelet, whatever, stuff like that. Yeah, but like nice fit on, like you got a nice fit on today, Zach. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying?
Okay. I feel like we should tell people that if you're just joining, we're doing Gen Z words.
We're doing
Period.
Gen Z words,
Is
guys.
this period T or period?
I think it's just period. I don't use this word. I do it as a joke, like, and that's on period. Like,
So what is so what does it mean?
I mean, like that's what my sisters say a lot. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Like if someone's trying to explain this a story, or if they're like in an argument, I would say, and someone was like on, and that's it. That's on period. Like, how do you explain this? That's
Are they
basically
talking
like
about
nothing else said.
like
Like
done? Like
yeah, done. Like
end of
period, done. End of
period.
conversation. Yeah.
Okay. So like the punctuation. Okay, snatched.
Mm. When I think of this word, I think of like someone snatching someone's weave off their head. I don't know. Snatch
Snatched. Like
like I think snatch like my soul. Snatch. Like oh that was funny. Snatch. I can't even help you on this one. I'm gonna forget everything else.
okay. I know flex. It's like
Yeah.
you're flexing. Like is
Yeah.
that the
You're
same term?
flexing. Yeah, like let's say you bought a new car and you're like posting it all over IG and you're like, I'm flexing, like you're flexing on everybody.
Which actually too, like I don't think flexing is as cool as it you probably used to be back in the I don't know 90s. Like I feel like people are actually getting bashed for flexing now.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Definitely.
Go off.
Go off. Okay, let's say like you're doing something great. You're okay. Let me think. You're doing something great. you're achieving all your accomplishments, and everyone's just like, go off, do you, you know what I'm saying? Or you're doing
Yeah.
a dance move, like go off, and you're like killing it, go off,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, last one.
All right,
Bet.
bet. Bet's like, all right, let's say we're like making dinner arrangements, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna meet you at this time, like 7 p.m. And then I'm like, all right, bet. And then, I say, all
Like
right, copy.
yes. Oh,
Yeah,
copy.
like yes, yeah,
Like
like
bet.
copy that, like I hear that.
Nice. Well, that
Yeah,
is Gen Z vocabulary
yep.
with a Gen Zer. But I mean, you're not young anymore, and the whole cast, you guys have grown up, which is really cool to watch. You're 18.
Yes,
What you're an adult now
I
officially.
guess so. I
Um,
guess so.
do you have any life lessons that you've learned so far that you'd share with younger actors who are trying
Ooh,
to they look up to you and the stuff you've been in and want to try to accomplish that themselves?
yes, for sure, definitely. If like through this process, you will get rejected a lot in
Hmm.
auditioning and everything.
So
So don't let
how do you deal with that?
you just deal with it. There's no other way of like trying to run from it. You just have to deal with it. You just have to build a thick skin. That's what I've learned to do.
Mhm.
Um, if you really love to do it, but don't do it for the fame. Do it because you love the art. That's what I'm doing it for.
Yeah.
I recommend to start off in theater like I did. Yeah, and
So does
just
that mean
keep.
you recommend learning how to dance and sing and
Mm-hmm,
act?
mm-hmm. Even if you can't do it, it's just learning the art.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We had a few audience questions. I want to get to
Yeah,
some of the specifics that we had.
that's it.
Um, okay, Z. Zingara asks, do you ever see yourself doing Broadway again?
Yes, I my goal is to actually go back and play adult Simba.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be full
Yeah,
circle.
that would be.
That'd be
Yeah, I
amazing.
know.
So,
That would be
are
pretty
you still
dope.
connected with all the Lion King team over there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I visit them once in a while when I'm in the city. I'll go
Yeah.
and like say hi to everybody. Like, oh my God, thank you for coming back. I love you, and like I miss them and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would love to, go back and play adult Simba.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
X. Matthew asks, what's your favorite movie?
my favorite movie, I would say Green Mile.
Oh, Green Mile. That's a great movie.
Yeah,
That's with
yeah,
Tom Hanks, right?
yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
I
It
love
was.
that
Yeah,
film.
I know.
And then JMD2590 asks, okay, what's your favorite thing about acting?
My favorite thing about I think I love to embody like characters that I play and
Uh-huh.
just expressing emotions in different ways. Like some characters when they're like angry, they don't not everyone like just burst out in anger and scream at people. Some people hold in their anger
Hmm.
or it's just different every time. So I just like embodying characters and expressing the emotion of those
If
characters.
if you could have been in any movie that's already been made,
Hmm.
what comes to mind? Like, is there a role that you would have just loved to have?
Oh man, that's a great question.
Or like what are your references when you're looking at other actors or
Mhm.
even when you're doing character research? Like what are you watching that you really that have kind of guided your skills now?
Yeah, I would say it depends on like the genre that I'm doing. Like I would say like for Stranger Things, I just go back to like old 80s films like
Mhm.
Goonies or whatever.
Oh, good.
And but
Yes, sir.
like yeah, that's what I did for like season one just to kind of get that like rhythm and that kind of acting or if I'm yeah, it just depends on the genre and I just go watch people and their mannerisms and I'll just watch a whole bunch of movies and see what I can learn from everybody.
Nice. Are you
Yeah.
allowed to say when the next Stranger Things season is coming out?
You know what's funny? I would love to, but I don't even know. Since
Is it
all of this the happened, like
is it
everyone just
delayed?
stopped.
Like, was it ever? I think
Yeah.
was it announced for summer, right?
Oh, no, it wasn't. It's just we just announced that we were back in session
Oh,
and we were filming, but then we stopped. We were supposed to stop for like 2 weeks, but now it's like a whole month and a
oh,
half
so
now. But
you weren't finished with the production, so that's actually on
no,
hiatus now.
yeah, yeah, we just
Oh,
like started. So
were you
yeah,
guys in Atlanta for that? And
yeah,
cool,
we were. Yeah,
nice, dude. Well, thank you so much for joining. I know we're running out of time here, but I just wanted
yeah.
to
No, thank
say
you,
thanks. We'll be watching all your stuff. Exciting to see your journey over the last couple of years. I mean, it's got to be
thank
pretty
you so
crazy
much.
that like you were already doing big things, but this kind of like how I guess Vine for me blew me up on a different level. Like I was already in YouTube, but it just skyrocketed. Um, and I think Stranger Thing
Yeah.
has kind of been that too. Which
Yeah, man, it's your stuff is great, man. It's awesome.
thank you, appreciate it. Is there any last words
No
you
problem.
have for people on social media, like in terms of acting? And it was a common question. No, there's no specific one I can reference, but they always ask, like, do actors have to be on social media? And what's that? How does that play into your career now?
I
Like,
mean, like,
do
do
you do
actors have
social
to
media
be?
because you love it, or is it like, oh, I just have to because I'm an actor?
It's it depends on what kind of person you are, and like what you want to do. I feel like with my platform, I need to just tell people what I believe in and express positivity. Like I have
Yeah,
this brand called Be Your Biggest Fan,
yeah.
and
Embrace your
it's just
face.
about embrace your face. Yeah, it's just showing people that to like love themselves and be staying confident in themselves.
Yeah,
Just yeah, like with my brand, I feel like I need to do that. Some people don't. Some people are very mysterious.
yeah.
So
No,
it just
I
really
love
depends on
Embrace Your
who you are.
Face. Can
Yeah,
you
thank you.
quickly tell that story about how it started with your mom? Like you were going out in
Yes.
public.
Yeah, so what happened was I was like coming from set and like I would say I had like a bad like acne day
Hmm.
and I had like pimple remover on my face and we were going to like a shop I mean a supermarket called Publix. She's like, "You sure you want to go into Publix with all that stuff on your face?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's like I have pimples. It happens. I'm gonna have to put the pimple remover on and just like live my life." And I was like, people really like worry about how they look and their
Hmm.
appearance and what people think about them. So I was like, I'm gonna go on live and just tell everyone to embrace their face, be their biggest fan, love yourself. Don't worry about what people think about you. At the end of the day, you got yourself when no one else has your back. So I went on live and I was like, let me just start making this into like a brand, something people could like feed off of this.
Yeah, yeah. I love to see how the next generation is using social media just to like tell the things that are meaningful to them, and kind of
Hmm.
like that wall of fakery or kind of pretending to be somebody you're not.
Something,
Seems
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's kind of dying down a little bit. I mean, it's still easy
Hmm.
to hide behind social media, but I
Honestly.
love that. It seems like the next generation is really embracing that, and really speaking truth on the platforms.
Yeah, I definitely, my generation, we're definitely, there's so many movements. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
supporting each other. It's great.
It's a powerful tool if you can use it right. Well,
Yes.
thank you, Caleb. I'm gonna send you off here, but thank you, and
Thank
we'll be
you.
watching. And best of luck with the rest of the season. Whenever you guys can get back to shoot, hopefully soon.
I, Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, man.
Later, man.
Later.
So that was Caleb McLaughlin. I'll link to his page in the story after this on my Instagram, so you can check him out. And we'll have another show and a guest tomorrow, and I'll confirm with you guys later who that is. It's going to be a secret for now. But thank you guys for joining. And again, I just want to do a little bit of reading the comments here. Yeah, you guys are saying thanks for supporting acting, good advice, blah blah blah. Awesome. And feel free to comment for a second where you guys are joining it from. I never shouted you all out. I just saw people from Germany. Yes, I love Cashin was saying I love the way that you talk about just being the way you are and the confidence. Yes, I actually think it's so cool to see how this next generation is using social media. I'm a millennial, and like Caleb is a Gen Z, but I love how people are really just saying things that are important to them. And again, social media is such a powerful tool when you use it, I think, for speaking truth. We got people from Ohio, very cool, New Jersey, New York. We got people from probably all the states, Canada, good to see you, and Maryland. Well, I'm going to end on that and say